Why can't I just say it right? Amir whispered, his voice barely audible over the hum of the evening city outside his cracked apartment window. The silence answered him, heavy with frustration. It had been 6 months since Amir had left his home country and come to the United States on a scholarship. A brilliant engineering student with a heart full of dreams, he had conquered equations and blueprints with ease. But English, the bridge to connection, to understanding, to a life beyond numbers, still felt like an ocean he was trying to cross on foot. Every morning, Amir practiced. He watched videos, repeated phrases, memorized dialogues. He had filled notebooks with expressions and idioms. He could read with clarity, write reports that earned praise, and even think in English. But when he opened his mouth in front of others, the words would crumble. His voice would falter, and the dreaded pause, that long, suffocating silence, would swallow his confidence whole. At the cafe where he worked part-time, his coworkers were friendly but distant. Conversations floated around him like clouds he couldn't reach. He smiled a lot, nodded often, laughed politely at jokes he didn't quite understand. Inside, loneliness grew like ivy across the walls of his spirit. Then, one afternoon, something changed. It was a busy Saturday. Amir was rushing through orders when an older customer, a woman in her 60s, came to the counter. She had kind eyes and silver hair, and she struggled to read the small menu on the wall. "Could you help me choose something not too sweet?" she asked. Amir froze. This was his moment. His heartbeat echoed in his ears. He took a breath. "Yes," he said slowly. "I recommend the chai latte. It's warm, spicy, not too sweet." She smiled. "You're not from here, are you?" He chuckled nervously. "No, I come from Jordan. Still learning to speak." "Well," she said kindly, "you just did. And you made a lovely recommendation." She returned the next day. And the next. Her name was Margaret. She was a retired teacher who loved to read and talk, and she decided, without telling him, that Amir was going to be her new friend. Their conversations began with small words, simple exchanges about the weather or the coffee. Margaret would gently correct his grammar or suggest a better phrase. Amir listened carefully, scribbled notes on napkins, and tried again. Day by day, sentence by sentence, his confidence grew. Outside of work, he began to mimic those conversations. He recorded their talks, practiced the words aloud, and soon began talking to himself in English as he walked to school. His accent was still strong, but his words flowed with courage. He joined a language club on campus, where other students from different parts of the world gathered to speak without fear of mistakes. There, he met Priya from India, Luca from Italy, and May from Taiwan. Each had their own battle with the language, their own moments of shame and silence. Together, they practiced daily English listening and speaking skills, recording audio diaries, doing role plays, and cheering each other on. Slowly, the club became more than a practice ground, it became a family. One day, Amir was asked to present a group project in class. A few months ago, he would have dreaded it. But now, he stood at the front, his voice steady. "Good morning, everyone," he began. "Today I will talk about something I could not speak about before." The class leaned in. His accent was still there, but the words carried emotion, passion, power. After the presentation, his professor smiled. "Well done, Amir. You didn't just speak English, you shared your story." Later that week, he uploaded a video to YouTube. "Speaking English Everyday Conversations, My Journey from Silence to Confidence." In it, he told his story, not with perfect grammar, but with perfect heart. He ended with a message. If you're out there, feeling like your voice doesn't matter because you stumble on words, keep going. Don't wait to be fluent to speak. Speak to become fluent. Speak, even if your voice shakes. Every day, even when it's hard, because your voice is the bridge to your dreams. The video spread. Comments poured in, people from Brazil, Morocco, Japan, and Poland thanking him, sharing their own struggles. Amir replied to every single one. And now, every morning before work, he records a short video, a phrase, a tip, a conversation starter. Not as a teacher, but as a friend walking the same path. His audience grows, so does his confidence. Amir still practices, he still makes mistakes, but he's no longer afraid of them. Because now he knows. Learning to speak English isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave. Every day. Inspiration message. Your English voice is not just a skill, it's a key. Practice daily. Speak with courage. Let your voice unlock the world.